Welcome back to Misscoolala's Mystical Musings, and today we're going to do the Dreadful Tag, which was created by Cortney from Eerie's Witchcraft, so stay tuned. I think this was pretty genius, Cortney. So if you have not seen Cortney's beautiful oracle deck called the Dreadful Oracle, that is the cover card. It is available on Make Playing Cards, and I will put the link in the description. But she used her cards to create prompts. And my sister Rachele from Amethyst Ascension, which I will also put her video video link in the description, added some prompts from this deck. I don't know if I'll be able to do them all, but I'm going to try. So the first one is the Count. And the prompt is, this is the vampire deck. Keyword here, lust. A deck that sucks up most of your time. Honestly, it's the Rider-Waite-Smith. And it is my centennial because it's in a tin. And for those that haven't seen it, it's smaller. But, I mean, I use it for everything. Honestly, it is my first go-to. I have Rider-Waite-Smith, other Rider-Waite-Smith decks, but I like the convenience of having it small and in a tin, and I take it with me everywhere. As you can tell, it's a little beat up. So yes, this would be my vampire deck. Next is the Werewolfdeck. So she used inspiration from the card, the Great Beast Impulse. A deck that your relationship has changed. So I'm not going to lie. I really thought, ooh, I'm going to dig in. And I'm just going to learn this stuff. And I felt more drawn to the Rider-Waite-Smith. And so this was kind of an impulse buy. And I got all the tools that I will be digging back into this. But until I am done with my deep dive with the Rider-Waite-Smith, this one is still on hold. I mean, I'm familiar. And I have read through the books that I purchased to go with it. But yeah, I'm honestly going to admit that I'm not as gung-ho as I was. It doesn't mean that I won't dive in later, but I'm just not ready. So, but I mean, I definitely respect the work that went into the Thoth. And, yeah. This has definitely been a change for me because I think it was an impulse buy. Next is the Medium deck with the Seance card, Looking Beyond, being the inspiration. This is a deck that you use to communicate with other realms. Now, I picked the Golden Future Oracle because this deck is excellent for initiating meditation or just, like grounding time, or just I don't know if you have this deck, but I mean, it is to visit the other realms. You know what I mean? It gives you the initiation, like, tune into the natural world, accept yourself as a cosmic being, remember your gifts and powers. So I mean, this one really, I think it's the closest thing I have to using it to raise my frequency, or besides like trying to do that every day. If I'm doing something specific, this is great for meditation, and that's how I do that. So yeah. So that's it. Next is the Orphan deck, and it's a deck you will remove. And so this is the inspiration, abandonment. And the only reason this one is going to be removed is because I got it in the tin in one of my Hay House subscription boxes. So that's the only reason. So I gave this deck a second chance because at one point I thought maybe it would be on the chopping block. And then it was like, I don't know, divine interference said, nope, you still want to use this. And so this one will be going somewhere yet. I just haven't decided how, when, or who. So that is to be determined. I'll show it to you real quick. I think most of you are familiar. I think this is older. But yeah, I mean, I used to use this quite a bit. The backs. And it's different. You know, I don't think there's any 10s in it. Yeah. It's got the chakra cards in it. But yeah. So the next one is the Sweeney Todd deck, or the inspiration, the Demon Barber, the Vengeance. But this is a deck that complements your psychic talents and is dark themed. Now, honestly, it would have been, you know, the Dreadful Oracle or this one. In fact, they work very well together. But I picked a gothic tale by from my sister, Amethyst Ascension. And yeah, this one has been very good. Very good. I've been able to use it, you know, with a lot of success. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous. The next prompt, which is number 6, is the Dorian Gray. A deck that mirrors you or reflects to you. And honestly, any of my Rider-Waite-Smith. Again, I dig symbolism. And so, I mean, this is just, I use this one for aesthetic purposes because it's big and it's clear. And it's bright, it pops. And I know a lot of people don't like the Rider-Waite-Smith artwork, but I feel a major kinship with Pamela Coleman Smith, and there's a lot of stuff I think that, there you go, the untold story. There's a lot of things that we just don't talk about when it comes to her, and she didn't get enough credit. And I think that happens entirely too much. And again, I love all the rich symbolism. I love the fact that she used Christian mysticism. I'm very much into that. And this is another one. It's Rider-Waite-Smith themed. And I think it's beautiful. You know, I can't get enough of it. It's freaking gorgeous. Look at them backs. It's got a black gilding. And just, you know, it's just beautiful. And this is, you know, again, that rich, deep symbolism, it to me is just, I can't get enough of it. So, yeah, yeah, there's some past life stuff, I think, with this that I just, yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Yeah, so that's it. That's it. The next one is the Witch, spiritual shifts, but the prompt is a deck that is witch themed or you use in spells or rituals. Now, I've never been one to focus on a lot of spell work or anything that is ritualistic with divination tools, like within a standard, you know what I mean? Like, I've done a few, but not a lot. But I do believe in like keeping talisman type stuff. And I know my sister used this for one of her prompts. I like the fact that it was, a lot of these cards have been, there's spell work in them. So, and they can be used for spell work. I mean, Benabel put a lot of detail in these, and there's stuff within the cards that if you have the book of, what's it called, the book of maps, and you do a study on it, like my sister was saying, you will know that some of these cards have talismans and stuff in them. They're great for spell work. And I wonder if mine's still, yep, you can still smell. She even anointed them. So yes, this is my go-to. I actually have, even though I don't study Thoth, there's a couple cards within that deck that I also keep out also. So that's it. The next one is the Ripper, Hatred. a deck you wish you could chop, slash, or hack. I just don't have one of those. The next one is the Monster, or the Frankenstein deck, a deck that you have modified or created. And I don't have one of them either. I have a little bit of apprehensiveness still when it comes to modifying decks. So I'm just not ready. All right, the next prompt is number 10, and it's the Scorned Woman, a deck depicting strong women. And I picked one that I got from Selena called Messages from Her. And I like it. I think it's really cute. There's a nice guidebook, and it tells you the story of each of the wonderful women in here. But, I mean, I thought it was perfect. I don't have a lot of goddess decks, but I think we are the goddesses. And it has really pretty gilding. These are the backs. They're kind of simple, but, I mean, Baby, It's You, Amelia Earhart, Diana, Princess of Wales, Anne Frank, Cher. I love Cher. Cyndi Lauper. I love Cyndi Lauper. Dolly Parton. I love Dolly Parton. Eleanor Roosevelt. Yes, yes, yes. Helen Keller. I mean, come on. Even Julia Dreyfus. Yes. So yeah, these are awesome. These are awesome. So the next one is number 11, the Forbidden Lovers, and it's a lover's card that is seductively yummy. Man, I don't have a lot that really fit this besides, you know, that looks yummy. But I was going through my Goetia, the dark, it was one that my sister, or my daughter got me, Tarot in Darkness, a deck by Fabio Lestrante, or Lestrani, sorry. And yeah, I mean, it's very dark, it's very seductive. And if you are familiar with the Goetia, it's the Fallen. So yeah. I mean, the deck is not that easy to read, but there was a point when I was studying the Fallen. So yeah, this is it. All right, the next one is the Jekyll and Hyde deck. So, know thyself. Show a pairing. So, I picked my sister's Matrix. I think that the colors in this are just amazing. And this is an amazing deck that can be used pretty much for everything. And I mean, it pairs well with pretty much anything and everything, but it really pairs well with my gold foil Rider-Waite-Smith. I mean, look at these. Is that not gorgeous? Even the backs of these. Yeah. Yeah. It's gorgeous. Yeah, I can't get enough of these together, so. Yep. So the next prompt was one of the added ones that my sister put in, and it's called the Van Helsing. So a deck that feels balanced in masculine and feminine. And I picked a couple different, but I mean, I think that pretty much all your Rider-Waite-Smith base could do that, you know, depending on if they stay to the, you know, man or woman depicted in it. But I like the Universal Folk Tarot because I noticed that within the artwork, even if it's a man, it's still there's no, like, is it feminine? You know, it's just it's pretty much the same style, and it's the High Priestess, and like, that's a man. But I still feel like it's pretty well balanced in the artwork to say, is it or isn't it? You know what I mean? So that's kind of why I picked this one. And then I really like the Unfolding Path, because there are a lot of men depicted in here as much as there are women. And it's beautiful artwork. You know, I love that devil. He is a handsome devil. Look at that magician. He's handsome too. Yep. Yeah, so I think this one's pretty well balanced. Nice. King's handsome. Yeah. So the next one is the Threshold deck. A deck that feels like an entryway into another time. And I picked my Tarot Draconis because it feels very medieval, and I definitely believe that dragons existed. Now, this is one that I put I edged it in like a silver, but yeah. I mean, it's kind of Game of Thrones-ish, but I mean, it feels like a whole other time. One that I would like to visit. It definitely tells a story. But yeah. So next is the Phantom of the Opera, which is a deck that sings to your world of hidden things. And I picked the Mystical Shaman Oracle, which is one that I use quite frequently, because this does speak to me of hidden things. It brings things to light, you know. And of course, I love my pocket oracles, so I mean, the image themselves feel very ethereal, and you really have to look hard to see these things in our world, you know. Yeah, very beautiful. I think every card is one way or the other there. Look at that owl. He's just he is beautiful. The medicine wheel. Oh, I love this deck. I absolutely love it. So, yep. So, a deck that reads more symbolically, I'm gonna have to go with the Rider-Waite-Smith for that. But, you know, as far as like one of my go-tos also, because there's a lot of symbolism within it, and it's still, you know, RWS, but there's an added layer, is the Light Seers. They're really easy to read, and the symbolism is, you know, it artistically, you know what I mean, it's beautiful, whereas the Rider-Waite-Smith is kind of, I don't know, not as beautiful. But you get it, you know, you get it. I mean, look at that. Yeah. These were the next two prompts, and I feel like I've already showed the decks that I would have had for these. So the Sacred Ground is the a deck that feels grounded in tradition, and yeah, that's going to be my Rider-Waite-Smith again. I know I'm not really thinking outside of the box, but I'm going with what I use. So, and yes, that one is very traditional for me, and I appreciate it's like, even if I'm using a new deck, that one feels, that's the image that I see, you know. And then I do like this Tree of Life Oracle, because it's very much, it teaches you about the Kabbalistic, you know, the association with the tarot. So, and it teaches you the paths. So this feels very traditional to me too. I'll show you real quick. And the artwork is fabulous. There's a lot of symbolism within the artwork too. And the healer, again, I would definitely use the oh my goodness, I'm having a brain fart. The Light Seers. It's very healing, very nurturing. And the last one that my sister added is called the Incubus deck, and it's a deck that you are so tempted to buy. Well, I know the one that is on my shopping list next is my sister's, the other half of her spread deck. So I have the first edition, I'm getting the other half of it. But, and that's her Love of Spreads Oracle deck. So I have the first edition of that. And the next one that I'm buying is the second edition, because I love a good spread. Yeah, I said it. I did say it. But you know what I meant. But I really want to get Sassy Dragons by Lisa Papez. Oof, I just think that is beautiful. And of course I want the Not Made for Work. I think that's what it is. I want that edition. And oh my goodness, I am just so in love with it, and I want to get it, and I don't have it yet. So I just, you know, I'm on a budget, and so I am very strategic in my purchases. But yep, that's it. And I hope that you join in. This was fun, and I'm telling you what, I think I went through every single deck that I have. So yeah. It gets you, you know, back looking at what you have, and if you haven't used it, then it's got you going through it, you know. So your decks are going to get some love and attention. So this is a really great tarot tag. Thank you, Cortney, and thank you, Rachele, for adding the added props, and it was really fun. And I hope to see yours. And I hope everyone has a wonderful day. And thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate all of you very much.